Today we are going to start with idioms. The command of idiomatic expression in any language is prerequisite for expressing writing and comprehension. And the phrasal verbs, if I say phrasal verbs, the idiomatic adjective and noun phrases and idiomatic pairs of noun, adjective, and adverb comprise such a vast portion of idiomatic expression that it is nearly impossible to deal with them. And however, this chapter contains the most important usages that are indispensable for any competitive exam. So it would do well to consult dictionary for further improvement in this field. So let's start with the idiom and phrases. The first we're going to deal with is to be lost in the cloud. To be lost in the cloud means to be confused. For example, my psychological teacher is often lost in the cloud as she sometimes is unable to explain the questions clearly, so it seems like she's lost in clouds. Then is to be ill at ease. To be ill at ease means to be very uncomfortable for something. For an example, a student is often ill at ease when he has to see the principal after he has done something wrong. Third is to be born with a in one's mouth. Okay, so the third is to be born with a silver spoon in one's mouth, which means to be born in a very rich family. For an example, my friend does not have to worry about spending any amount of money as she is born with a silver spoon in her mouth. Then fourth is to be up and doing. To be up and doing, that means to be active. For an example, a laborer should be up and doing daily if he has to earn his living. Next is to be fit to hold a candle to. Fifth is to be fit to hold a candle to, that means to match for or equal in quantity. For example, he is the son of famous writer, but he is not fit to hold the candle to his father. Next, to be under a cloud. To be under a cloud means to be under suspicion. For an example, a secret connection with the smuggler have brought him under a cloud. To be at daggers drawn. To be at dragon drawn means to have bitter enmity. For example, the quarrel between the two real brothers have grown more bitter now and they are at dagger drawn. So a dagger drawn means to have a bitter enmity. Then A, to be at large. To be at large means to be absconded or to keep unchanged. For example, people keep their dog at large at night. Next is to eat humble pie. To eat a humble pie means to apologize. In spite of his constant bragging, he lost the match and he had to eat a humble pie. Then comes to be not worth one's salt. To be not worth one's salt. That means not deserving. We should not help the person who are not worth their salt. Then is to make both ends meet. To make both ends meet means to live within one's means. For an example, as my uncle has to bring up 5 children, he finds it difficult to make both ends meet. To lose ground. To lose ground means to fail to keep position. The belief in prophecies and horoscopes is losing ground these days. Then with open arms. With open arms means cordially, warmly. When my cousin came back from England after 10 years, he was welcomed with open arms by our relatives. Then to play fast and loose. To play fast and loose means repeatedly change one's attitude. For example, no one can trust Rowan as he is used to playing fast and loose with his friends. To take to task. To take to task means to punish or to ask for explanation or to scold. I took my younger sister to task for not obeying her elders. To turn a deaf ear. To turn a deaf ear means not to pay attention to or refuse to listen. For example, all the party members turned the deaf ear to their leader. Hold water. Hold water means sound or tenable. His statement will not hold water as it is not based on facts. By hook or by crook. This means that by one means or another. For example, he is determined to obtain first division in the class by hook or by crook. Then hang together. Hang together means to support one another. For example, the two statements delivered by the leader of the party do not hang together. That means does not support each other. Then the next is flesh and blood. That means the human nature. People in small villages are so poor that their suffering are more than flesh and blood can endure.